What's going on, YouTube? We're bringing you guys back for another video on the channel. Today, me and my dad are going to be installing some wheel lights on the truck. So you see, we made a lot of progress on the lift kit and everything. It's all coming together finally. It's looking good. The rear end looks amazing. I'm so happy with it. We still got some stuff to put on. I got a Gen Y drop hitch with a step. Getting that powder coated currently. Sent the brake calipers off to powder coat. We decided to end up doing those. So really I should have sent them off in the beginning, but we were kind of concerned about taking them apart and then reassembling them. Also, sorry for my voice, I'm stuffed up. Yeah, everything's looking good, guys. We're gonna start on the wheel lights today. We got 2 sets double row wheel lights. We got RGB and pure white, and then these are RGB Flow series. Also, I want to show you all this little jig that my dad made to make it super easy to put these wheel lights on. So basically how it works is, I mean, the jack's in the way, but this piece of wood just slides onto the hub and it perfectly centers the wheel ring on there. We're gonna screw into the knuckle and the dust cover, 2 in the bottom of the knuckle, and then 2 in the dust cover at the top. But I just thought that bracket was pretty cool. My dad's a pretty crafty person. Let's see how much we can get done today. Hopefully all of them. Alright guys, most of this video is going to be voiceover, but I just wanted to throw some talking in here about this jig. This is the jig I was talking about that my dad made. It's actually super handy. It centers the light perfectly onto the studs, and it allows you to position the light and mark the holes where you want your brackets to go. So in this clip here, my dad's actually putting the 2 sets of wheel lights together with screws, and then he's going to mount them to the dust cover and the knuckle. So in this part, he already has his holes drilled, and now he's just getting the lights put together, and then he's going to put the lights in with a small lock nut and washer. So it's pretty much guaranteed that they're not going to come out. And then on the bottom where the knuckle is, he actually drilled holes and used self-tapping bolts. They cut their own threads in the metal, so you use a slightly smaller drill bit than the bolt itself, and it'll cut its own threads as you put it in, which you can see here. He was using a ratchet to put the bolt in. Alright, so right here I'm using some braided nylon wire covering. It's pretty standard stuff. You can get it on Amazon. I think for these 2 cables I was using 3/8, and I was just running this braided nylon stuff over these 2 cables to hold them together easier, and it makes a super clean look when you route your wires. Looks super professional. I slid a piece of shrink wrap down to the end where I'm touching right now, up to the light. So I put shrink wrap there, made it nice and tight up close to the connection, pulled all the slack out of the braided nylon, and then I put shrink wrap on the other end. Then I just routed my wires where they needed to go, plugged them up to the control boxes. Here you can see I went across the lift block, and then I left a little bit of slack where there's going to be travel through the bump stop bracket, up the back side of the bump stop bracket, zip tied it on the back to where you can't see it from the outside, and then I just went straight up into the frame and ran my wires down the frame to my control box. Alright, so here on the front, I just ran the wire, I looped it around, tied it to the brake cable there, ran it up the wheel speed sensor line, and just tied it with little zip ties to the wheel speed sensor, and then I ran it up into my fender liner and worked its way down to the frame and to the control box. Alright guys, so right here I'm just showing that I drilled a hole underneath my cup holder in my center console, ran the wires out to the 2 control boxes. Only option I really had was to zip tie them up. Alright guys, right here is pretty much the same thing as the other side. This is the passenger side front. So it's just ran across, attached to the brake line, attached to the wheel speed sensor line, up through the fender liner, and back to the control box. Alright guys, I really hope y'all enjoyed watching this wheel light install. I know it wasn't much for video this week, but I will put out another one this week. Most likely the audio, because that's kind of the next step. But I'll let y'all see that, how everything's wired, and then we'll go from there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely stay tuned this week for another video. And once again, I hope y'all enjoyed, and thank you for all y'all's support.